Welcome back to the Great Give Radiothon on WNHH-FM, New Haven's home for community radio. We're hitting the home stretch, folks. We're feeling it. We're getting close to $3 million, and we're not going to stop. It's the Great Community Foundation for Greater New Haven's annual Great Give, where the now over 500 nonprofits in New Haven are raising money together, friendly competition for prizes, and strengthening our community in so many ways. Breads and circuses. We're lucky to have here Jackie Downing, who's been working night and day at the Community Foundation to keep this radiothon going. And she found a few minutes to give us a little bit of an update on how it's going. Jackie Downing, welcome back. You awake?
Oh, barely, but I'm here. Yeah,
because I do notice that the dollars keep going up every time I'm looking at 2,956,190. It's going great, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm watching for that $3 million number. I knew we'd surpass it. I was hoping it would be around now, and I think Greater New Haven is going to do that for us. So I'm really excited.
11,814 people have already given money. 11,817 people have given money. Jackie, you must have worked darn hard to get 510 nonprofits signed up to be able to see money.
We worked really hard to reach out to new communities that we haven't reached out to before, to make sure that everybody felt welcome. And they felt there was a part of it that they felt supported, that not only could they, show up and sign up, but that they also felt supported and they felt that they could be successful.
Well, Jackie, that's a big number to go from 431 last year, which is huge. Another 70, I'm doing my math, that's dangerous. Another 79, I guess it is. That's a huge jump. What made you able to get that many more nonprofits signed up? Because, we have to go on the computer. We have to ask you a million questions because we get confused. We have to put our profile and everything, because one great thing you do is mediate. When people give money to the Great Give, they know that you vetted the organization. They know the tax information is there. They know they can find out everything they want about an organization before they give them money. How did you make that great leap forward?
Well, I think a lot of it was one-on-one work with small groups of organizations. I reached out I went and spoke with the Wallingford Chamber and the Madison Chamber, and we had lots of new prizes come in this year. So the prizes are targeted at different groups of organizations, which gave us a leverage to be able to say, look, we've got the Progreso Latino Fund, which was a continuing fund, but Progreso Latino Fund. So if you're a Latinx or Latin-led or serving organization, we've got a match pool, especially for you. So you can see yourselves in this challenge.
So in other words, not only do you join together and have a platform to make it easier to raise some extra money, but you found ways you can get on top of it to induce people who might not have given that money or who might want to match the money. So you're sort of what we call a yenta in my tradition. You're kind of bringing people together who might want to help each other, might not have found each other, correct?
That's right. Actually, I was Golden Fiddler. I wasn't Dianta, but I get the concept.
So, Jackie Downing, tell me how this year's going. We see you're already going to hit $3 million. I think the record was $3.6 million, was it, 1 year?
Yeah. It was 3.6 2 years ago. We were only about $100,000 short last year. So I'm going to say, that's a bit of a rounding error. And we were pretty close.
And we want to hit it, though I would say that 2 years ago was the height of when everyone was just stuck at home in the pandemic. And I loved the beauty of that difficult moment when we all wanted to help each other. Like there really was 5 minutes when nobody wanted to scream at each other and we just wanted to help each other get through. We wanted to make sure people didn't starve. We wanted to make sure that if people kept the lights on in their house, that they connected with each other in ways when the pandemic was starting. We didn't know how to adjust to it yet. And I will say the Community Foundation was the #1 convener in New Haven that stepped up to the plate so fast to bring everybody together. So actually the number I'm looking at this year just personally is not that 3.6 million. I hope we get it. Let's get there, folks. It's the 510.
Yeah.
That the panic passed. We're living with this pandemic, trying to figure out what to do. We have deeper economic problems that are in our community. And but you got so many more organizations that requires a perseverance on your part. That a crisis is one thing. It's great to step in. Another's the long game, which is to still be there year after year and refine your system so it can work.
Right. And these are now relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So now we hope that these are 510 good friends of the Community Foundation that not only participate in the Great Give, but we can support in other ways, and that they can support us in being our ears and our voice in the community. And they can make sure that we understand what's going on in the community, that we can keep touch with them throughout the year, not only for the Great Give. but this is 510 connections for us. And
So
it's
anything
fabulous.
unexpected happened or anything special that happened in the first 43 hours of this? First 43 hours of the Give-a-thon?
I'll tell you one of the really fun things that's going on this year is that 12 organizations in Wallingford decided that this wasn't really a competition, that it was, all boats rise if they come together. And they created their own brand. So they have hashtag the Great Give 06492, which is
good
the zip
move.
code for Wallingford.
Good move.
And they have cross promoted this event. They are marketing. They went out and got their own sponsors, and they have their own challenges for just 12 Wallingford organizations. So that's coming together in a brand new way that really works for those organizations and helps build the momentum in Wallingford for us.
I love that. Jackie, have you been with the Great Give from the beginning? How many years have you been doing the Great Give?
Well, from the beginning, I was at a nonprofit. I was the development director at a nonprofit who was in the first Great Give as a participant.
When was that?
So that was 13 years ago.
Well, you've been at the foundation a while.
I've been at the foundation for about 11 years.
And you work on this all year, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty much year round.
Yeah, well, I think it's great you're doing it. I'm so proud of our community and so proud of the Community Foundation. They've done such a great job. So we're going to be going to the last 5 hours. What do we need to know in the last 5 hours of the Great Give?
It's not too late.
It's not too late. No way.
Not too late.
Yeah.
It's not too late. There are organizations that you've never met that you should go and research and find out about. The great thing about this platform is that you can search by cause. So if you love the arts, you love the environment, you love animals, you love social justice, you can search by those things, and you can find organizations doing good work in those areas.
I do. And going to thegreatgive.org, we'd like everyone to go to thegreatgive.org. Don't forget the. With all the great gifts in the country, how did you get that URL?
We were just about the first to get it.
Wow, because it's pretty big around the country.
Yeah, well, there's another one in Florida. And there are a few more that are running now, but we got thegreatgive.org early on.
Good move. Okay, well, you're listening to WNHH-FM 103.5 from New Haven, Connecticut. Live stream, newhavenindependent.org. Jackie Downing, way to go. I call that you get to have the greatest long sleep when this is all over. But it won't be over for 5 more hours. So everybody, thegreatgive.org, 510 organizations we'd love you to donate through. Let's get to the 3.6 million. Why the heck not, right? Let's get
Absolutely.
there. And the New Haven Independent is among the 510 organizations. We don't ask you to give us money instead of any other organizations. But if you're giving to many organizations, you'd like to include the one that puts out this radio station, WNHH-FM, and the New Haven Independent and Valley Independent Sentinel, please look us up along with everybody else at thegreatgive.org and try to spare. Any parting words from you, Jackie, before we let you get back to the home stretch?
Well, I did do a poem. You asked me, you said they were supposed to have a poem.
Let's hear it.
So if you want my poem,
I do.
Now remember, this is on 3 hours sleep. So
okay, it's going to be even better for that.
In the last
Lewis
2 days.
Carroll operated the same way.
I always like to visit with the New Haven Independent. It brings us news and events from tragic to resplendent. And as a journalism grad, I know good reporting is reliant on a lack of bias, independence, and sources that are stand-byant. Go with it.
I like stand-byant.
Independence is a term that I'm pondering today. Is New Haven independent, or is there a better way? Donors in the thousands and nonprofits in the hundreds make the Great Give. And being interdependent is the only way they can live. People need and want nonprofit expertise to help them build better lives, to thrive piece by piece. Nonprofits need people who believe and who care, with resources, time, and money they can share. So in some ways, they are dependent. It's an ecosystem for us all. And now we are asking all donors to heed the call to support nonprofits that support us all year long with a gift today to the Great Give. But after 8 tonight is wrong. I sort of lost it at the end.
What was the word that you get? Bystander? What was it?
Stand by it.
Stand by it.
Stand by your sources. You have to be able to stand by your sources.
That was really good. I'm honored that you did that for the Great Give Radiothon. Wow. Everything else you got to do right now, running this amazing, soon be over $3 million haul for the great nonprofits in New Haven, you just gave a wonderful closing words for the Great Give Radiothon at WNHH-FM. Jackie Downing, keep it up, you and the crew at the Community Foundation. Great work. Great work at keeping the Great Give going this year. Everybody, you got 5 hours, a little less to go, 59 minutes, 4 hours, 59 minutes. Let's get that URL owned only here among all the community foundations in the country putting on this event. TheGreatGive.org. TheGreatGive.org. Spend some time on it. Find out about some organizations. All your questions will be answered about their finances and what they do. And let's get there. Let's get to 3.6 million. And thank you, Jackie, for everything you do and for coming on today on The Great Give.
Thank you for all you do for all the nonprofits, Paul, and for us as well.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the Great Give Radiothon at WNHH-FM. Thanks to Harry Droz, who is the Miracle Man and operates on five levels of existence at a time to get us on all the platforms. Babs Rose-Ivy, Alan Appel for hosting the lion's share of these shows, and all the nonprofits who do great work day in, day out in New Haven. Let's help them do even better and keep us a strong, vibrant community. Thanks for listening to us. We'll be back tomorrow morning with our regular programming at WNHH-FM 103.5.